The story begins in a faraway village called Cairnwood. A young apprentice of the village is having a weird dream about an old man fighting a dark entity, and pretty much losing. By the way, his name isn't mentioned once in the entire playthrough. He is always just referred to as the hero. He wakes up, immediately realizes something's wrong, and heads out to the village. On the way, he finds a village elder who tells the hero that his master went to the forest nearby and hasn't come back yet. So he gives the hero a brass sword and tells him to look for the master. By now, he realizes that the old man from his dream was his master, so he takes the brass sword and heads into the forest, clearing out monsters and obstacles. After a long journey deep into the woods, he finds his master lying on the ground with a note beside him. Reading the note, he discovers that when his master entered the forest, the corruptors found him, and after a fierce battle, he lost his life. There's a spell attached to the letter, granting the hero his very first magic spell. As he tries to leave, a corruptor comes back. Hero tries to slay it to get his revenge, but he gets overpowered very easily and almost die. Fortunately, the elders from the village and the village healer save his life after finding him lying on the ground. After talking to the elders, we find out this isn't the first time the corruptors have tried to invade our world. In ancient times, a legendary hero defeated the corruptors and sealed them away using an extremely powerful weapon called the Mageblade. It is kept in an ancient castle beyond the plains, so we head out to find that weapon. He begins his journey, clearing out monsters and obstacles until he finally reaches the ancient castle, the Forgotten Keep. However, the path is blocked by a massive boulder, so after taking an alternate path, he encounters his master's soul, who grants him his second spell, the Magic Bomb. Using this new spell, he clears the path and enters the Chamber of the Mageblade. There, he comes face to face with the very corruptor that killed his master. The villain taunts the hero, revealing that the corruptors have already shattered the magic sword and hidden its pieces around the world. But he fights back, defeats the corruptor, and retrieves the first shard of the Mageblade. After returning to the village, he tells the elder what happened. The elder instructs the hero to travel to the city of Florens and seek help from the king. He sets off on his second journey toward the royal palace, only to find out that the city is completely under attack and controlled by dark bandits and corruptors. After rescuing a palace guards, the hero learns that the king is being held captive in the sewers by a corruptor known as the Overseer. Navigating through the dark sewer system, he finds the king's cell. Upon learning of the master's death, the king urges the hero to step up, fulfill his master's duty, and defeat the dark forces threatening the realm. Guided by the king, the hero ventures deep into the Overseer's lair beneath the castle. After a fierce and grueling battle, he defeats the Overseer and reclaims the second shard of the Mageblade. Returning to the king, he is told that the third shard lies north of the kingdom, in an abandoned cave known as the Fiery Depths. Enduring extreme heat and navigating through dangerous traps, the hero pushes through the fiery depth. Deep inside, his master's soul appears to him once again, granting him his third spell, Dragon's Grasp. Using this magical grapple ability to navigate through the treacherous terrain, he comes face to face with the third boss, the King of Fire. The King of Fire is an extremely formidable foe, wielding insane firepower while remaining completely immune to all magic damage. After an intense, grueling battle, the hero overcomes the flaming giant and claims the third Mageblade shard. Guided by his master's soul, he learns that the fourth and final shard lies in the snowy plains to the north. Pushing into the frozen, snowy caves, the hero encounters his master's soul for the third time. The master reveals that the corruptors draw power from their own corrupted dimension. To enter this realm, the hero needs a spell called Dimension Rift. but first he must prove he is worthy of such magic.
The master creates a temporary gateway, tasking the hero with retrieving a sacred artifact from the corrupted realm. After navigating dangerous obstacles and retrieving the artifact, the hero presents it to his master. In return, he receives his final spell, Dimension Rift, allowing him to step into the corrupted dimension at will.
Armed with this new spell, the hero confronts the next corruptor, the Dwarf King. The corruptor is shielded by an indestructible magical barrier that repels all physical and magical damage. Realizing the barrier gets its power directly from the corrupted dimension, the hero uses the Dimension Rift to enter that realm and destroy the pillars sustaining the shield. With the barrier destroyed, the Dwarf King is vulnerable at last. The hero defeats him in battle and reclaims the fourth and final piece of the Mageblade. Following his master's final instructions, he travels to the Chamber of Power, the ancient forge where the legendary sword was first created, and restores the Mageblade to its former glory. Wielding the fully restored Mageblade, the hero heads toward World's End, where the dark corruption first started leaking into our realm. Fighting through hordes of corruptors, using his complete arsenal of swordsmanship and spells, he reaches the core of the corruption and confronts what seems to be a general of corruption. After defeating that corruptor, suddenly a mysterious portal opens. Stepping through, the hero discovers the Orb of Chaos, the source of all corruption in the world. As he tries to destroy it, the orb shifts form, morphing into a dark mirror image of us with our exact same abilities. In a desperate, tight battle, we barely manages to defeat our own shadow self. With the destruction of the Orb of Chaos, the dark magic vanishes, driving all corruptors out of the world for good. In honor of his bravery and sacrifice, the king appoints the hero as the protector of the realm. After serving the kingdom faithfully for a time, he eventually returns home to Cairnwood to live out the rest of his life in peace.